Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anastasia and this is my first video on YouTube. Let's get it started. I'm very much excited because this channel I want to devote to my life path, to how I live in foreign countries, speaking 5 foreign languages almost fluently, manage through different challenges in my life, and to what I'm going through every day, and how I run my online school of foreign languages, being a foreigner abroad. I think this might be interesting, so let's see how it will be. And the first video I want to devote to my recent experience I've had. It was actually the exam in Polish on B1 level. So in order to apply for the residentship or citizenship in Poland, you must finish university and study in Polish, or you can take the exam and pass it at least on B1 level. So that's what I've done, because I studied in Poland in English, so that's why I needed to pass the exam. I'm lucky enough because I have the School of Foreign Languages, and we have also some teachers who teach Polish. And I asked them to help me with the structure, and we had a couple of meetings in order to prepare for the exam. And I've been living in Poland for 6 years now. I might say that I have quite good level of Polish, and a lot of native speakers tell me that I speak almost without an accent, that my speech is quite fluent and confident. But you know, being good at speaking and you know, just let's say everyday language is something different than being confident at your knowledge at an exam. So this is something different, and of course you need to prepare, and if you don't know the structure itself, you can easily fail the exam. It's what I understood for myself. It is about all foreign languages, because if you don't know the structure, if you don't know how much time you're gonna have to do this or that task, or what is the structure for each task, which answer should are more appropriate for this or that tasks. So this all depends, and of course you must prepare even if you are really good at this language. I want to share the way I've done it. So basically, in order to apply to this exam, you have to choose the spot where you can pass this exam. There are some spots in each city of Poland where it is it is possible to pass it, and you can apply for that. They conduct this exam 3-4 times per year, so be ready and check the dates in advance, because it's not quite and easy to register to that exam. To be honest, I failed for the first time and I needed to apply for the second time, because there is a stated time when they open the spots, and they have these different spots where they conduct this exam. They have very limited amount of places, and in 5-10 minutes after the registration was opened, all the spots were sold out. This was insane, and I tried to apply not only in the city where I live in Krakow. I also applied to different other different cities in Poland, and unfortunately failed for the first time, and then I tried for the second time in August, and was able to book a spot in Warsaw. So not in my city where I live, but I needed to go to another city in order to have this exam. So basically, I registered myself to all possible spots in Poland, and finally I got it. What about the cost? The cost of the exam is around 170 euro, but it also depends on when you're watching this video, because in 2022 it cost like that. And it really depends, because there were some spots which prepared for this exam too, and they had like couple of lessons in advance, and they had the higher price, but I didn't take that, so the normal cost was this one. And there are 5 parts of this exam which you might have. So we start from listening, and then we have reading, then we have grammar section, and then we have writing, and the last part is speaking. What about the rules and the way the exam is conducted? So you come to the class pretty early, and you can bring with you only a passport and a pen. Other stuff and personal belongings are not allowed to be taken. So basically about your outerwear and your phone, your bags, and other stuff, they will be placed in the special room. They will be like closed there. What about phones? They were packed in envelopes and placed in the special additional room, and we were able to get our phones only when the exam finished. So the atmosphere that exam has is quite, I can say, depressing or stressful, because you cannot talk to anyone. Of course, you don't know anyone unless you come with a friend or with a relative, or like someone else who needs to pass it to. But I was alone, and you can't talk to anyone. You can't turn over, you can't ask any questions to examinator, so it's not possible. And for the whole day you need to be silent, to be focused on your test, on the papers. And after each part you have breaks, during these breaks you can have some snacks, some water, whatever. You can take the snacks, some food with you, because not all of the spots where the exam can be conducted have the canteen or any places where you can buy food. So in order not to be like starving and hungry for the whole day, better to take something with you, what I obviously did. And so the first part is listening, and this is one more time very, very, very much important to pay attention to the structure of the exam, because the first part is listening, and not all of the tasks you can listen twice. If you compare this kind of task to other exam, for example, exam from English or other foreign languages which I had in my life, you can listen almost everywhere twice, the task. But here there are some tasks which you can listen only once, so be careful with that. When you think about food, about, I don't know, rest, about vacation, and you might not hear what was that, and you can just easily fail. Even if you could understand that, you can fail it because you couldn't hear what was it about. After the first part you have then the break, And then you have the second part is reading. You need to make the headings and do some other tasks. So you read a lot of different texts. So they check your understanding of the words, of the meaning itself, the texts. And then you have the grammar. Grammar is pretty hard, I might say, because there are different tasks. You need to fill in the gaps with the necessary prepositions. You need to know all of the tenses, the future, the past, and so on, and do a lot of tasks with that. So it's not that you need to know only this or that kind of grammar. No, to be honest, you need to know a lot about grammar, and obviously all of the tenses are needed in order to pass this exam. Yeah. And then after grammar section there is writing. And in writing section you have 3 sets, and you need to choose only one set which you will write. And in this one set there are 2 writing tasks. The first is pretty short, like 20-25 words. The second one is 170-175 words. And what is very important is not to increase or decrease the limit, not more than 10%. So you can write like 10% more than it should be. So increase this limit, or you can decrease it 10% less, but not more than that, because if you do it more than that, this is also influence badly on your mark, like on your final mark. So this is what we were said. And once again, don't forget that you must be silent during the whole exam, because there was a guy at my class, like he couldn't understand the meaning of the task and wanted to ask the examinator like what is that about, or if I got it well. And they said him that if you ask anything else one more time, you will have like you will fail the exam immediately, and you will be asked to leave the classroom. So very, very I can say scaring situation. And don't forget, please, to be really silent, not turn over, not to make any noises or whatever. And yeah, what about the speaking? Mostly this exam is conducted at weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays. So on Saturday we have all of the parts except speaking, but you can ask in advance to have the speaking section also on the same day, as I did, because I came to Warsaw on purpose, just because of the exam. So that's why I asked them to have the speaking part also on Saturday, not to wait till Sunday, because most of people they had this exam on Sunday. And then you just come into the classroom. You have the papers which are torn down. You need to choose one among 3 papers, and then you have 3 tasks. First one is to describe the picture. You should give as much details as you can, as much description as it possible. You need to describe what people are wearing, what people are wearing, what people are doing, and so on and so on. And then the second task is a question, and I don't know what can it be for you, but for me it was like, do I prefer watching TV at home, or do I prefer going to the cinemas? to watch something. Yeah, I needed to express my opinion for around 5-7 minutes. And then there is the last task. It's a dialogue, and you need to have the dialogue with one of the examinator. For example, in my case, it was a call that I was looking for a flat, and I wanted to schedule the flat overview before renting it, and I needed to ask as many questions as possible about this flat and schedule the appointment for that. And yeah, in general, like, it takes 15 minutes, the speaking section itself. Yeah, so but for me, I understood that I hate exams, and I hope you also share this feeling with me and you do understand me, because for myself I realize that I hate exam, even if I know everything, if I know what it is about, and if I know the language itself, even if I speak it fluently and so on and so far, but still it's so exhausting, it's so tiring, it's so scary in this stressful atmosphere, when you can't almost breathe during the exam. So yeah, I don't like it. But I'm pretty sure I passed it. And what is funny, that I had this exam on 5th of November, and I will get the results in February, they said. So be careful with that, because in my case, there were some people who said that, oh my god, we hoped to get the results in 2 months, but then we were sad that the results will be in February, what is too late for some of the people, and it's too late for them in order to apply for the citizenship in Poland. So be careful with that, and better to pass the exam in advance, because the results can be pretty long, yeah, and can be on pretty long. And what's more, that this is just the result in February, and in March or in April, like in spring, they said, in general, you will get the certificate itself. You can then use for in order to apply to the residence card, or to the citizenship, or whatever. You can have it like for your whole life, and it will be valid for your whole life. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about my experience, and how I passed the exam. If you're interested, I can record the second part of it when the results will be on. And if you have any questions, and if you're interested about other videos of mine, please comment down below in comments, and I will be happy to hear from you. And don't forget to click on subscribe button, and some likes, and follow, of course, my Instagram page and Instagram page of my school, and subscribe also and follow my polyglot online school of foreign languages. See ya, and I wish you a lovely day or evening.